Welcome. Don't adjust your dial. Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host, Michael Pickering. That's right, Lo-Fi, as in low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be, global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? And it's Thursday, time for that Lo-Fi global news. Coming at you all fresh like. Our first one is from the Energy and Environment section of Reuters. Venezuela's Maduro says Amway refinery was hit by terrorist attack. Now I know what you're thinking out there. What is Maduro pretending the U.S. did now? But wait, I say, this story isn't pretend. It is confirmed that one of the country's main oil refineries was attacked and an explosion was seen. Luckily, no one was hurt. As of yet, no one is being blamed, and the type of weapon used is unknown, but is described as a long and powerful weapon. Though I'm not really sure what that means at all, but we're definitely keeping our ears open for word of what this mystery weapon is. Next up, we have the Europe section of the BBC. Charlie Hebdo, Turkey files legal action over Erdogan cartoon. Now this is an interesting story of how religion, politics, and political satire can clash all over the place. The story: Charlie Hebdo is a French magazine that regularly publishes controversial political satire cartoons. This latest one shows President Erdogan of Turkey lifting up the backside of a dress of what appears to be a Muslim woman. To say the least, President Erdogan is pissed, and quite a few Muslim-majority countries have expressed outrage over the cover of the magazine as well. And France has a long history of political satire cartoons, and they go after anyone and in any fashion they wish. But for every action, there is a reaction. And now Turkey will be taking legal diplomatic actions against France. Though what exactly that entails, we'll have to wait and see. We'll keep you updated for sure as we know more. Now moving forward, because we never move on from anything. Source: Reuters World News. Red Cross says injuries reported after boat carrying aid attacked in Myanmar. Alright, let's do some housekeeping on this headline real quick so no one thinks this is something that it isn't. Normally when we talk about Myanmar and the Rakhine state, we're bringing up the forced exile of the Rohingya population. However, this story is not talking about that. Here we're talking about the Arakan army of the same region, fighting for independence from the government and the military. The military says that the insurgents were on board the vessel that the Red Cross supplies were in, and that's why the fighting started, and then the boat burst into flames. And since then, the Red Cross has suspended their mission in the town that this took place in. But the thing is, this is the second time in a month that we've come across a story about the Arakan army. Before it's when they kidnapped some electoral officials from the ruling party. We're going to be keeping a lookout for more from Myanmar, as it appears the Arakan army might be making their presence known a little louder. And our following story is from the Australia section, BBC. Great Barrier Reef. Scientists find reef taller than Empire State Building. Now, I couldn't pass up this story when I saw it. It just amazes me how little we actually know about the ocean. You see, just off the coast of Australia, scientists were mapping the ocean floor in and around the Great Barrier Reef, when they just happened to come across a coral reef structure that was over 1,640 feet tall, making it taller than the Empire State Building in New York City. A coral reef that's taller than a skyscraper? In the Great Barrier Reef, and just off the coast of Australia. And we didn't know about it? This is crazy cool, people. You know them sci-fi shows that like to talk about space, the final frontier. Nah, the ocean is right here, right now, and we know so little about it. I can't wait for the actual pictures of this coral reef to come out. And a last piece of news to send you on your way for the day, the Everything News part of Reuters. Lithuania elections, winner pledges more women and government. Election results are in Lithuania, and the leading party, the Homeland Union Party, which is led by a woman, is creating a coalition government with two other parties that are also headed by women. And they are promising change. You see, the last cabinet of Lithuania's government, which is made of 15 ministers, was all men. This time the coalition is promising at least 33% of the cabinet, if not more than that, will be women. She continues by talking about the gender roles that societies place on people and how it's time to change all that. And let me send you out for the day with a quote from the coalition leader herself, Ingrid Simoniet. Begin quote. I want to show, by example of myself and my female colleagues, that not only men can be at the top, but also women. End quote. And that is a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode of Good News Friday. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.